1 ends majority rule in Ohio, undermining the sacred principle of one person, one vote.
Chances are that ad looks very familiar.
A group opposing issue 1 in next month's special election paid for the ad to run on NBC4 and other TV and radio stations around Ohio. NBC4 Investigates continues its project to hold our political advertisers accountable.
And our Jamie Ostroff is here to fact check the claims you see in that ad.
Yeah, first let's talk about what this ad is all about, right? Issue 1 would increase the percentage of votes needed for Ohioans to amend the state constitution from a simple majority to 60%. It is the only item on the ballot in this special election that is just over a month away.
These documents protect our fundamental freedoms.
One person, one vote, a group formed specifically to campaign against issue 1, dismantling an image of the Ohio Constitution in its 30-second ad. A metaphor for what the group says will happen if issue 1 passes in August.
I went over it with a fine-tooth comb.
Steve Steinglass, Dean Emeritus at Cleveland State's Law School, literally wrote the book on Ohio's Constitution. I asked him about the claims you hear in the ad.
Issue 1 would permanently remove our rights from the Ohio Constitution.
Permanently is a strong word, but I think it significantly undercuts the use of the initiative and significantly undercuts the use of the constitutional amendment process.
Steinglass points out that Ohioans could hypothetically repeal the rules set by issue 1 by voting on another constitutional amendment. But under those rules, it would be much more difficult than it is now, because according to the ad,
issue 1 ends majority rule in Ohio.
It does end majority rule.
Issue 1 would require support from 60% of Ohio's voters to pass an amendment to the state constitution. Currently, 50% plus one vote, a simple majority, is necessary. And finally,
handing corrupt politicians and special interests more control.
So when we say special interest or the interests, we're talking about moneyed people.
Under our current law, to get a constitutional amendment on the ballot, petitioners need to collect signatures from 44 of Ohio's 88 counties. Issue 1 proposes changing that to all 88 counties.
Making it far more difficult, far more expensive to put an item on the ballot. And again, supporting the point made earlier that the initiative, while still on the books if issue 1 passes, will probably be accessible only by we won't call them special interests, we'll call them well-endowed entities.
Now, proponents of issue 1 argue Ohio's Constitution should be harder to amend. According to Steinglass, 71 constitutional amendments have been on the ballot since Ohio's Constitution was ratified in 1912. Voters passed 19 of that 71.